Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry, and it's time for some more of Iratus, Lord of the Dead. Now this game, it's been languishing in alpha for the better part of a year now, but it is finally preparing to head into beta. As you can see by the little bit of writing down there in the bottom of the screen, probably not very visible unless you're viewing this in full screen mode. Now, it has been a long time since I've covered Iratus, and I've probably forgotten a lot of how to play. But hey, why not have a little bit of fun? The game should soon be heading into early access, and all those of us lucky Kickstarter backers who are eagerly awaiting our beta access keys, or who had alpha access keys to begin with, are going to be able to get our hands on it and play the out of it. I'll allow you to fill in your own expletive of choice there, or emphatic word, let's say. So without further ado, I'm going to start up a new game. Now, these old saves sadly won't work, because they're from the alpha version, but I've kept them in, just, well, for legacy's sake, really. Now, there are some differences, and I'm going to be looking and focusing on the differences. If you're not familiar with the game, that's okay. I will talk through things, and I've just realised I don't have a clock handy, so this episode could go any length of time. I'll try to keep it a little briefer than usual, but I do like to waffle on a bit. Currently, we only have the cakewalk difficulty, which, to be fair, in the alpha, the cakewalk difficulty was a little bit harder than a cakewalk. Maybe it's easier now. We'll just get to wait and see. Lovely load screen here. We see Iratus and his horde of undead. Now here we have the evil lair, and the first thing I'm noticing is the portal is no longer circular and is now a great archway leading to another chamber. We have Iratus here looking over the map. So, for those of you not entirely familiar with the storyline of the game, Iratus was an evil necromancer. And eventually heroes rose up against him and he was defeated. His physical form was trapped in a tomb, guarded by many powerful guardians determined to prevent him from wreaking havoc on the world once again. However, at some point, some greedy grave robbers broke into his tomb and opened his coffin, releasing him once more upon the world. Now he wishes to reach to the surface, but must fight his way through various heroic guardsmen before he can do so. Let's call them wardens, vigilantes, whatever. Now, the layout has changed slightly. The creation here the portal, which is now the graveyard, used to be creation. We have artifacts. There used to be body parts here, a body parts menu we could open. And this used to be over here, so things have moved around a little. We do have the talent tree. Now, the talents are for Iratus, and they used to be arranged in a circular sort of pie chart. Now we have tabs. Lots of tabs, and we don't appear to have any points to spend them, or 1 point here. Alright, let's see. Alchemy is good. Transplantation, these have all changed quite a lot, okay? They used to do some very different things, so I'm going to have to treat this as being all completely new. The artifacts are items Iratus can equip. Smoking bands. Each time Iratus casts a spell, a random enemy is dealt 10 stress damage. That's really quite nice, so we will put that ring on. It embellishes my undead features. Really now? If you say so. So creation here is the creation of minions from body parts, which used to be a menu down on the right there. Now currently we have a team of 4 minions, but we might want to make more. This is new. This flesh element, this ectoplasm is new. The Bride of Iratus now needs flesh, blood, a heart, and bones. She used to use something else. And I don't see the rags. Oh, there's the rags, right. And we have a number of minions available to us. It would be nice to... Oh, these are left click now instead of right click. Right click doesn't work on them. Okay, interesting. So our minions are what we use to fight our way to the surface. However, we also have this graveyard, which is nice and new, where we can build various places. We have an arena, which we can use to train up our minions. Minions apparently now gain experience points. Also, there's this brain button here, which says level IQ 10, instantly levels up minions. This button may not be present when the early access goes live, so I'm not going to tinker with it, because I don't want to have some sort of unfair advantage. But basically, I don't want it to be a crutch that I come to lean on and then lack. Also, the skills of minions now seem to have 3 versions. The basic version and 2 different upgrade versions. I'm not sure if these will be gained through upgrading components into the minion, or if they're chosen when leveling. Skill points, I think the skill points go into these. Okay. And upgrades, we have nothing, so those are not available yet. Alright. So, we have an arena for extra experience. Iratus statue gains extra mana. Also, you see these are minion requirements. Now, I can pop a minion in, this needs a skeleton, but I don't know if the minion will be consumed in the building of the location. So I probably want to be careful. Also, the mortuary, some of these aren't available in this current build. We have an obelisk. Library. They also have a build which requires some of these points up here, which are apparently architects' souls. Okay, so we can build this. So I could, in theory, build 2 of these things if I sacrifice minions to them, but for now, let's head back into the chamber and create some more minions. Now, the building requirements for every minion have changed significantly. So, the previous only second party you could build a full party of was a banshee, a mummy, a dark knight, and I think a zombie. I'm not sure that will work again, but it would be nice to have a banshee, so let's create one.
Come, dear, it's time for your performance.
Also, it's worth noting that the zombie has changed his appearance. He looks very different. He doesn't have his rather Egyptian-looking flat-topped helmet, but rather has a number of nails driven into his skull and large spikes protruding from his body. Also, his cannon looks rather different. His skills have been significantly overworked, so I'm not used to the new zombie, alright? Now, the old zombie, while reasonably versatile, did have a few niche situations where he was pretty useless, and those niche situations generally involved being the last minion left alive, because he didn't have a lot he could do from the front rank against a single target. But let's create some more minions. Now, a mummy would be nice, provided his skills haven't changed.
Keep the embalmed organs as souvenirs.
It would be nice to go for something like Headhunter, but Headhunter needs 2 weapons. We might want weapons for something else. Actually, ooh, you know, we could maybe go for something sneaky. Also, the Lich, the Shade, and the Vampire. The Lich and the Shade are now restricted, okay? The Vampire, she's still technically available through the usual method. The Bone Golem, Blood Phantasm, the Fallen Dhampir, the Ghoul, and the Lost Soul are all currently unavailable. That's fine. Also, this early access, or pre-early access, beta build has only one dungeon level available, whereas the previous alpha version had 2 dungeon levels available. But that's
The
okay.
dead have no need for rest, and neither do I.
You know what? Yes, let's go for the headhunter because he is Mr. Random.
One could call this one the strong silent type.
He's now greyed out because we don't have the required things to build him. We will go for another Dark Knight.
Every war needs its generals.
It's nice to be able to see what we can and cannot build. And then if we go for another bride, this is going to be a bit of a risk.
A design from my younger years.
Yes, we can tell. Now, when it comes to talents, I would like to take transplantation relatively early, but also one of these spells. Blood Curse is horribly effective, but it's the only way of gaining a vampire. Sorrow is a relatively okay spell. We have alchemy, magic, ire, and destruction. I like this flaming skull. Just sets them on fire. We only have the one, and I'm not sure how quickly experience will be gained towards the next, so I'll be careful. I'll take transplantation because I don't know how long it'll take me to get to the next one.
I can't wait to try this out.
So mummies, liches, skeletons. The various talents all do lots of fun, funky things. Right, so the reason I created that extra bride was that I could build one of these. I believe one of them required her. I'm now going to find out that it didn't at all, aren't I? Ah, yes, the statue of Iratus. Praising the necromancer at the monument, each minion restores 10 mana. So if I put her in and build it, if I'm building it step by step in stages, and each stage makes it bigger, let's try this, and I bet I don't get her back. I do not get her back. However, I could put in a lich, a vampire, and a fallen dampier, if they were available. So for now, can I put someone in here? I can. That person might be available to pull out again, but I'm not going to do it just yet. So I've built my first monument. Of course. Hey, come back. There we go. But the fact that his little portrait appears in there means, yeah, maybe that is good. Let's head off down into the dungeon and see what we can find there. The kingdom has I'll start again. The kingdom had need of the vast riches buried underneath the castle. Great veins of iron that promised to fuel conquest after conquest, along with ancient artifacts from a long-forgotten age. The dwarfs were eager to offer their services in this project, bringing their untested mining equipment and experimental concoctions for the promise of wealth. They only needed bodies that could obey, and that the humans could provide. With dungeons filled to the brim with both criminals and rebels, there was no shortage of slaves to work these mines. Drugs were used to keep them docile as they dug ever deeper, year after year, unaware of the mortal danger that awaited them
Despite my
below.
millennia of imprisonment, I am a rather impatient necromancer.
Now, something I like about this is I can zoom out and zoom in a little bit on this map. In the previous alpha, there was a distinct inability to zoom out. Let's go deal with these enemies who stand in our way. We'll select our first battle squad, because it's the first one and the second one can wait its turn. And we'll go in and fight what looks to be some nasty skinhead convicts with a leather shoulder strap. Oh, we get little skull footsteps on the map now, I like that. That's you. Hey! Okay, this is already looking significantly less insane than the first encounters usually were in the alpha, where we'd usually have 2 guards armed with spears and a few of these conscripts. However, we also have Hunky, whatever that is. Ooh, we don't have much in of it. His mother always told him to stop fighting with the neighbours' boys and instead listen to his teacher, but he knew better. She also told him to ask the blacksmith for forgiveness so that he might one day make her boy his apprentice, but the boy already had other plans. Why work hard when you can get nowhere with honest labour? But Mother did have one bit of wisdom that this lad made sure to follow. Undead can't stand light. It instantly turns them to ash. So when the undead invasion began, Hunky took the best possible job for the occasion. Lantern Bearer. Let the others wield their swords and bows. He will follow the advice of his wise mother and use the most effective weapon possible. Now, he might actually have some light-based skill that will mess up our minions. And the conscript here... Well, conscripts would normally be fresh-faced, bright-eyed peasants fighting for their country. Sadly, these days, they are instead drawn from a rather large prisoner class with the promises of freedom should they prevail. The inmates don't tend to believe there's a lot of missing apostrophes. Don't tend to believe these premises, but the undead are not in the habit of sparing lives, so they fight, no matter how ill-equipped they are for the task. Alright. Now, she's taken a little bit of damage. Chest piercer still does around what it used to, in that it... Oh, it can target any rank now. Okay. Can't use Flames of Love from the back rank anymore, so that's changed. Overwatch is nice, and we don't know if these are going to be moving about or not. Think of him. The bride gains +4 attack and +4 dread until the battle ends. Okay, so interestingly, she's not as good as she wants to be, but we can try and get that zombie back into the last rank. For now, though, we will shoot this Lantern Bearer. There we go. So, in a fight, we have a number of stats here. We have attack, dread, accuracy, evasion, which is like a dodge stat, luck, armor, resistance. So armor is physical, resistance is like being set on fire or magic damage, things like that. Block is literally an amount of blocks. Ward is like magic blocks. And initiative. Alright. Because we don't know what they're going to do... Oh, that's very new. Futile Hopes. There we go. That's the skill I was looking for. So, Dark Tide used to be down there. Removes all debuffs from the Dark Knight. That used to give him armor and move him back. So the way he plays has changed significantly. However, Unfeeling Aggression doesn't seem to remove all his armor anymore. Will I lose traveling? Okay, Abyssal Hunger is different as well. Alright, so for now, they might be buffing up. So we will put the Fear of the Dead into them if they do. Now our skeleton is going to rush forwards and try and knock someone back. Excellent! This has essentially moved our zombie further back, so our zombie has more actions. Now the zombie is a back ranker who's similar to the bride, likes to shoot from behind. We have a volley, magic attack, okay. Buckshot is his front rank skill, which is AoE attack. Igniting Mixture can now be used from the front, that's nice. Now we'll just give him some more powder, unless any of these move him back. Ah, Cannonball moves him back. But it costs 40 souls, and we don't have any, so we're just going to have to shoot people. Nice, nice, nice. Of course, enemies get turns too, and apparently they can miss. Ooh, they knocked him back, that's not nice. Okay, so this isn't souls, this red thing. This is a slightly different new mechanic. Because enemies can move, we will go for an Overwatch stance. And astounding fortitude. Does it still... Gains extra armor and extra resistance until next action. Enemies attack the skeleton more often. Now this skill used to make him cause stress damage to everyone who attacked him, but it wouldn't make him attack more often. But let's go for it for now, to attract attention away from our other minions. And then let's surge forwards. Physical attack moves in forwards 3 spaces, deals slightly less than normal damage. So this used to strip all his armor off him and deal damage based on his armor to be a massive, huge hit. Critical hit. Well, we'll just go for this conscript for now. And that moves our knight forwards. Bombardment at the start of its next turn only attacks 4 times each target. Dealing. So 1 time for each enemy rank or 4 times random targets. Each attack dealing 55% physical damage to a random... Okay, it's random, so okay, we'll just set that up. Yeah, sure. He's setting up his boom, boom, boom. Shake, shake for room, apparently. Now, we are gaining... I don't know if it's us taking damage or just every time of a fight that something happens. So let's just shoot him. Take him out.
Good, good. More materials. Ooh, I didn't think it would be this easy.
Now, embrace mediocrity. Oh. That's very different. That used to... Yeah, shield bang used to be over here. Embrace mediocrity used to target a friendly target, and the health of the skeleton and the friendly target would be added together and then half between the two. However, now the skeleton loses some health. The target loses a lot of sanity. Okay, let's do that. Okay, that did do some... Oh, minus 30 accuracy, that's bad. You know what? We're just going to have to debuff him and shuffle him back a bit. Because we can. And there go all the bang bangs. Let's do some more. Oh, no targets. Okay. Okay. 40 we don't... Okay. I'm not sure how quickly this will refill in future fights, but let's do it. Let's go cannonball. And miss completely, but it should move the zombie back. Ooh. So he's punishing movement at the moment. Let's boost up the skeleton to give him some durability. And we'll set you on fire. That used to be able to target the front rank. I need to get used to that. Well, we don't like this. We'll just have to set up another bombardment. And move back once more. Now, this will probably involve getting hit. No, okay, interesting. Alright, well, we'll set you on fire again. And I do need to take longer to familiarise myself with the new skills, because they all do very different things to what I'm used to. But that's part of the beauty of it. Attacks twice. Okay, so this attack used to get an extra attack for every buff an enemy had. You know, but let's go for it. 2 attacks. There we go. And then, can we get you? Oh,
this is what
nice.
1,000 years of evolution looks like. Pathetic.
So we pulled through that one okay. Our skeleton took a bit of a pounding. We gained some architect souls, ectoplasm, armor, dust, a weapon, a heart, a gambling chip, and a level IQ 30. Not entirely sure how that's going to work, but let's see what we can do with that. Okay. So that's less of a button click on and more of a space to put that in. Okay. Well, if I do want to go and use up some of these and build something in here, I'm going to need some more minions, like a skeleton. So I should see what I can build. I've got quite a few options available to me. Also, if I return to the dungeon map, I now have a choice of which direction in which to go. However, I should look at the whole map. Right, want to avoid that. Want to avoid... I'm going here. Want to avoid these, so coming down here... Oh, that's bad. Okay, so that's one that way. And one each of these, I suppose. So I'd need to take some time to study which way I'm going. But that's okay. I can do that in between episodes. For now, though, I should be thinking, what do I want to create? Well, what do I want to build in here? The library gives Iratus more experience. I should check how much experience Iratus has. 100. So another fight like that should get me another talent point to place where I wish. Increasing Iratus leveling would be a good thing. The obelisk would give more architect's souls, so I could build things more quickly. Now, is that wise? I mean, you know what? I can build a wraith, and I shall. I'm not sure how useful this will be in the long term, because I don't know if these can be upgraded later on. Because essentially, once all of these have been built, what else am I going to build with these? But I'll build that, and now we have the obelisk, and I can put people here. So I can put a generic anyone here. If I put the zombie in here for now, then I can presumably take him out in between fights. You know what, though? I think I'm going to end the episode here. So, my name's Raphael Perry. I've been playing Iratus, Lord of the Dead. You should have seen both the alpha and beta with the switch over in the middle. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the next one, and hopefully we'll all be able to play in early access relatively soon. I'll say bye-bye for now, and cheerio!